What's going on, man? It's your boy B. We back in this mug, man. Look, we got NBA legends and players react to LeBron James calling himself the G-O-A-T, the GOAT. Comment right now. Who is the GOAT in NBA? Y'all can comment of all time. Let's do of all time right now. Who's the GOAT in the NBA of all time? I'm going to be down there. I'm going to heart the comments up. I got you. But anyways, with that being said, man, y'all be sure to drop a like on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe. Click the bell icon. Turn the notifications on all. And let's get straight into it, man.
YG aka Young Gala. And remember when, hey man, it's your boy YG aka Young Gala. And
Young
remember
Gala, big shout out
when
Young Gala
LeBron
for the,
James called himself the GOAT after coming back down 3-1 against the 73-9 Warriors? That shook the whole NBA world, especially Jordan fans. And I can see why they're mad, because LeBron James made a bold statement. But I can also understand why LeBron said that, because think about this. If you came back down from 3-1 against the team that has the best record in NBA history, you'll be feeling the same way. But I agree that he should just kept that to himself, because that's for the people to decide. But at the same time, I love that he said that, because you're not going to see an NBA legend step out to the public and say he's the greatest player of all time. So anyways, man, we're going to listen to NBA legends and players react to LeBron James calling himself the GOAT. But before we get straight into that, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for the culture so you won't be missing any of my videos. And let's get to the vid, man.
Yes, sir.
That one right there made me the greatest player of all time.
For so many reasons.
I was super ecstatic to win one for Cleveland because of the 52-year drought. Like, I was ecstatic. Like, obviously, I showed that the first wave of emotion was when everyone saw me crying. Like, that was all for 52 years. Everything in sports was going on in Cleveland. And then after I stopped, I was like, that one right there made you the greatest player of all time.
People always debated, who's the greatest player of all time? Dumb question. It should be, who's the greatest team of all time? You know, there are so many teams to choose from.
The flex is insane right now, dog. He said people ask who's the greatest player of all time. The question should be, who's the greatest team of all time? Do y'all agree with that? I'm not gonna lie, man. It's definitely, you gotta sit back and think about that, right? Because you can be the GOAT of a team, but like, how many rings do you have? You know what I'm saying? Not one player can carry their whole team and win the playoff. It's a team game. You got 5 people on the court. It's a team game. It's not a 1v1. If it was like, if the NBA was a 1v1, then okay, then it'll make a lot more sense. But the NBA is not a 1v1, man. It's a 5v5 simulation, bro. So
the 91 Chicago Bulls, sorry, Showtime. The 92 Bulls, back-to-back. 93 Bulls, first three-peat. 97 Bulls, even with the flu. 98 Bulls, no push-off. And my favorite, the 96 Chicago Bulls. 72 wins. Tough to beat that. What? You think there's someone else? Prove it.
Michael Jordan talking this? Huh? LJ talking that talk, man. Come on, LJ. LJ flexing, dog. Hey, man, he got the right to, bro. He got the right to. He got 6, 7 rings? 6 rings. He got 6 rings. He got the right to, man. Did MJ win one in I can't remember. Did he win a chip? He had to. Yeah, he definitely won one. I was gonna say he won one at UNC. He definitely had to. He had to, man.
96 Chicago Bulls. 72 wins. Tough to beat that. What? You think there's someone else?
UNC go to the doggone championship every year.
His career's not over. I'd just like to, why he's saying that, I don't know. Maybe he thinks that sells. Maybe he's taking the Donald Trump approach and trying to sell himself. I don't know, but time will tell. I think history. I don't even know if anybody knows who the greatest of all time is, because the years are so different.
Wow.
Follow that, Scottie Pippen.
That's a tough one to follow. I mean, that's Danny Ainge's opinion, right. And we all have our opinion. But my problem is more so with LeBron. If you are the greatest player, if people are saying you are the greatest player, or if people are saying Michael Jordan is the greatest player, why do you need to say it?
Right.
Michael Jordan has never, ever said he's the greatest player to ever play the game. Why? He's respected all the other players before him.
True.
So for LeBron to say that, he's sort of pulling himself out of it, because you can't say you're the greatest player. You have to allow your peers in the world to say that.
So the context of when he said it, just because, you know, if we're having this discussion.
Know what it is?
He was.
This gonna be, I know this is gonna rattle the whole comments, though. You know what I'm saying? This video gonna rattle. I'm gonna be behind it to reading all of them. You know what it is, though? It's like, as a man, you let the world define your value, right? So if the people is calling him the GOAT, then that's what he is. You know what I'm saying? But it's like him coming out and saying it himself, make it feel, it gives him that sense of, like, you know what I'm saying, people looking at him like he cocky and this and that to the third, you know what I'm saying? Which could be the case, which could not be the case, you know what I'm saying? You just never, a lot of people probably cocky, they just don't really come out and, you know, publicly say, because they know they'll receive a lot of backlash, how, you know what I'm saying, how they displaying it right now. But, yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I'm curious.
Sitting around with his friends, and he was saying that when he won that 2016 title, he said his first thought was Cleveland, wow, we've done this first time in 52 years. And he said, my second thought as I was, you know, running around the court being crazy was, wow, I did it. This is what makes me the greatest player of all time. You can disagree with him, I get it, and you can disagree with him saying that. And by the way, that conversation was for a documentary that was supposed to appear on ESPN Plus, so he knew cameras were rolling. It's not like they caught him in a moment.
Well, I think it's pretty great that a guy won 3 titles, left for 2 years, came back and won 3 more. That is considered greatness to me.
Yeah.
Winning ultimately decides who the greatest players are in the game.
Well, as it turns out, back in 2009, the GOAT, Michael Jordan, was asked by our pal Michael Wilbon about his place on the all-time list of NBA greatness. And here is what MJ had to say.
Let's hear it.
I don't want it in a sense because I think it disrespects Wilt Chamberlain, Jerry West, you know, all the guys that prior to me, I never had.
We gotta check out Jerry West, y'all. We gotta check out Jerry West.
I don't want it in a sense because I think it disrespects Wilt Chamberlain, Jerry West, you know, all the guys that prior to me, I never had a chance to play against. You know, what everybody's saying I am, I never had the chance to compete against other legends that was prior to me. When I hear it, I cringe a little bit because, you know, it's a little bit embarrassing because no one knows, you know. I never had the chance, once again, to play against those guys.
I need one word answer, Chauncey. Greatest of all time. Greatest of all time, Jalen?
Airness.
Greatest of all time?
Unanimous.
Okay, thank you very much. That being said, Jalen, I want to start with you.
Okay.
How do you feel about LeBron saying that about himself?
First and foremost, to me, LeBron officially passed Larry Bird and got into the top 5 when he won his final championship, his only championship in Cleveland. In my mind, he still has a way to go clearly to pass Michael Jordan, Bill Russell, 11 championships, 13 years.
You know what, though? Numbers should define the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? The numbers, the stats. I know it's a different time and era, but we can't control that. You know what I'm saying? You know how we could do it? We could do it like this. This person was the GOAT in this era. This person was the GOAT in this era. This person was the GOAT in this era. Like MJ said, man, it's kind of hard to really debate who the GOAT really is because everybody got their it's different time periods. Rules and regulations change. So, yeah, the game a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, powder puff a little bit now, but like back then it was like more hardcore fouls. He's putting each other in the chokehold in some motion. Yeah.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
The captain.
And my heart just won't let him pass Magic just yet. I got to see a little bit more. And so that's where I'm going on this topic. I appreciate how he's bringing this up. Some millennials that only saw him play and continue to say he's the guy. But guys that's been around the game and young ladies, we've seen something else that's really special as well.
I agree with everything you're saying, Jay. I love it.
I love that he stepped out there. I love that he stepped out there and said that. I don't remember any other player ever coming out and saying, I'm the greatest of all time. I've never seen that before. I love that he's done that. He's on the Mount Rushmore, in my opinion, but I can't put him at the top. There's no way I can put him at the top. And at the end of the day, and he talked about this, that win, beating that team, made him the greatest of all time. Maybe if he would have hit that shot that Kyrie hit,
I mean, that is a part of the narrative. I could see
him maybe saying that, but I can't go there. I'm sorry.
You know what? We should turn to our resident self-promoter.
No, I don't know if you can self-proclaim this, because when you think of all the great players, like Jalen said, Kareem, Magic, none of them has never come out and said, I'm the GOAT. You know, that's something up to like the fans, the writers, and former players. You know, so when they come out with these ESPN rankings and all these other rankings, you know, let that be the judge, I think. You know, but the self-proclaiming, he's definitely up there. He's definitely top 5 in my book. But I think when you look at the accolades, the championships, I mean, Jordan, Magic, Kareem, they're all up there.
Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Russell, all of them, bro. Hey, yeah, this a dope vid, man. Big shout out to Young Gala, man. This is a dope vid, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Who's the GOAT? It's anonymous. It's anonymous. But everybody gonna have their own opinion of like who their GOAT is, depending on the era they was born in. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people that was way before my time, they consider Larry Bird the GOAT. Some consider Kareem Abdul-Jabbar the GOAT, MJ the GOAT, Bill Russell the GOAT. A lot of people consider their player the GOAT depending on the era that they grew up in. You know what I'm saying? So
Magic, Kareem, they're all up there.
I've never heard one of the greatest say they were the greatest of all time. That was very interesting to me. Kevin, what are your thoughts?
Oof, man. You know what? It's one thing. We all sit at this table all the time and sing his praises. Yeah. I think LeBron is a great player. Yeah. I just think that's disrespectful, honestly, to Bill Russell. What did Bill Russell do? Won every time. He said, all right, fellas, you want to win? Come with me. We'll go on the floor. That's what this game's all about. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yeah. I mean, you know,
and he was greatest on time, all levels, though, Kareem. The best in high school, the best in college, and the best in the pros.
That's what I'm saying. You know, Michael. I mean, there's just so many. Two of my good, Larry and Magic. I mean, just led teams and turned the league around. You don't need to say that about yourself. Let other people say that for you. I mean, I was kind of surprised because I had read about it. But that's the first time I had actually heard him say it. Made me the GOAT. I'm like, damn. I was like, okay, you know, I love the kid. I think he's a great player. I think he's been great for the game. But let other people say that for you. To me, it's just disrespectful for a lot of people that came before you that were great players. And you said it to begin with, Chris. You can't compare eras and all that stuff. All these guys have been so great in their era. I just didn't like. I didn't like the way that sounded to me. Just didn't like it.
You know, and everybody knows I love LeBron, but I'm gonna call time out on this one, because and I'll speak definitely to LeBron, or I'll say it to his face. But you never. There's a certain thing about greatness that demands that you have humility with greatness. Now, I've never heard, even though we argue about Michael Jordan being the greatest of all time, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar being the greatest of all time, LeBron James being the greatest of all time, we have those arguments in debate. I have never heard Michael Jordan say he's the greatest of all time. Yeah. Even though he may think that, even though Kareem may think that, right? Yeah, you just don't come out and say that. Now, in this era, you know, maybe it's okay for people to come out and say that. All I know, if I was in the league right now and you talking about you the greatest of all time, dude, I'm getting ready to do you. I'm coming at you. Like, and you may be, but to say that is just totally disrespectful to me as one of your competitors, as one of your teammates, as someone in your generation right now. It's just, you don't come out and say that. So with greatness, there's a certain amount of humility that goes with that. Now, somebody will probably come back and say, well, Muhammad Ali said, I'm the greatest. But that was a single man sport.
Yeah, individual sport.
That was an individual sport.
Yeah,
Tiger Woods can make the argument he's the greatest because it's single.
Yeah.
But when you saying, and by the way, Muhammad Ali was saying he the greatest because, you know, he was getting in the ring and he'd knock you out.
Right.
But, you know, to be able to take that stand and to take that position.
That's respect. That's why I said
in this day and age, in a team sport, you should have some humility that goes in.
Jalen Rose, we've been away on break for a little bit. I've been dying to hear what you think about this. LeBron James claiming that he is the greatest of all time because he brought Cleveland a championship over the Warriors. What do you think about LeBron saying this?
It's a phenomenal feat what the Cleveland Cavaliers were able to.
This is a freaking headline, dog. I'm just realizing like everybody talked about this. This probably was in the newspaper and some more stuff, man.
Accomplished that season in beating a 73-win Golden State Warriors team. If that doesn't happen, probably changes the trajectory of what we see that has taken place over the last 2 years because I don't think Kevin Durant joins that team. And so, however, your single greatest achievement doesn't make you the greatest basketball player of all time. Now, what ends up happening is, and LeBron James is genius at doing this, he's creating a narrative of recency bias. It's almost like...
Yo, peep the picture. They got Magic Johnson and, who was that? Number 11 for, is that Isaiah? I don't know who that is. For the Detroit. He whispering in his ear.
If you ask millennials right now, who's the greatest rap group of all time?
Migos.
You're gonna get a lot of people saying the Migos because they haven't been necessarily exposed to Wu-Tang Clan, Outkast, NWA, Tribe Called Quest. So LeBron James understands when he says this, it allows the fans to quietly leapfrog him over Tim Duncan and Kobe. I gave him credit for passing Larry Bird as the greatest small forward of all time when that feat happened, which was a tall task for me. But my Mount Rushmore is pretty much still intact. MJ, 6 championships, 6 finals MVPs. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 6 championships, 6 MVPs, the NBA's all-time leading scorer. Bill Russell, 11 championships in 13 years. And Irvin Magic Johnson, 5 championships. That's my Mount Rushmore.
Russell got 11 of them things, man. That's still that's your mind blowing, dog.
To me, LeBron's individual achievements have not eclipsed what those gentlemen have accomplished.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video and tell me who is your GOAT and why. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, and show love to the YG gang, and I'm out.
Big shout out, man. Big shout out to Young Gala, man, for the content, man. WV. My GOAT. Y'all already, if y'all don't know who my GOAT is by now, like, where have you been? It's in the profile pic. The Kobe. It's Kobe. That's my GOAT. But and overall, like the ultimate GOAT, it's a lot of them, man. I couldn't really just choose just one because a lot of them are good at different things in the sport. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was different eras. Now, if it was like a 1v1 situation, you can definitely define who was the best player at this particular sport. You know what I'm saying? But, like, this is a team thing. So, like, it's different. You know, it's definitely different. But numbers do not lie. Numbers do not lie. But also, too, like I said, the area was different, so different rules and regulations. So, who knows? But anyways, none of that really matters, though, man. Who's your GOAT? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to be down there showing love. As always, man, be sure to drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Check out one of the videos on the screen. It's definitely a banger. I wouldn't miss it if I was you. And, yeah, I'll catch y'all next vid. Appreciate the love and support, man. We're going crazy. You got to sing in this. I'm tripping.